Hi guys, welcome back to another episode at myBangla Official. This week we've actually got Hasina from Pink Diamonds Martial Arts. Hasina is a coach, a nutritionist, she's a speaker, she empowers women, and she's also an author as well. So I was actually meaning to order your book and I just kept,
Oh,
I kept putting it up, but inshallah, I'm definitely going to order it because I've seen little snippets of it
inshallah.
people have shared, and the some of the things that people have been saying on the reviews is absolutely amazing. So from what I've come across on your page really is very empowering to people, and I think
Thank you. Yeah.
mentally, so I mean there's a lot of mental awareness, even emotional stability, everything, from your nutrition to your MMA. And you obviously have your own academy, don't you?
Yeah,
Oh, if you would like to just introduce yourself, your academy, how long it's been going, and yeah, just tell us all about it.
no problem. My name is Hasina, and I have my own martial arts club here in Luton. It's been running now for 5 years, and I teach Muay Thai, MMA, which is mixed martial arts, and self-defense. And it's for girls from the age of 7 to women of any age.
That's amazing.
So yeah, that's my club. Yeah.
That's amazing. So, I mean, with Muay Thai, my son actually used to do it when he was much younger. He kind of grew
Oh
out of
wow.
it. He actually did
Mm.
grow out of it. But there's a lot of it's self-defense led, but I think you know it's more towards people.
So with Muay Thai, it's more like it's a bit more intense than kickboxing
Yeah,
or
definitely,
karate.
that's the word.
When I started out, I did karate when I was
Yeah.
15 years old, so when I was a lot younger. So all the martial arts have different types of like
Yeah.
self-defense and discipline as well. Yeah.
That's it, discipline. It has to have a lot more. That's the word I was
Yeah.
looking for, actually. It has to be more discipline led. I understand that because I remember when Adam used to come home and he used to talk about it. He didn't used to say, we used to say it was a good session today, but it was hard, mom.
Mm.
It's hard.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. What made you go into it? Because I know from what I've read, you actually went into it when you were 15. So, for a 15-year
Yeah.
old girl, to think that this is something I want to do, was it something at that time where you thought this is definitely what I'm going to do, or is something that you just enjoyed, just like boys enjoy football and all think they're going to become a footballer? For a
Yeah.
girl from South Asian community, it's not normal.
Mm.
It's not normal.
Thanks.
How
Yeah.
did
No, it's true. It is true. I think since I was like a young girl, I was always interested in like fitness. So I was
yeah.
very active. Like with South Asian mums, like if you go outside too much, my mum's like, "Come in, you'll get too dark," and this, that, this. But I was always outside. Like that was where like I would try my flips in the garden. I was very active. I was very into my martial arts films, like Karate Kid, Kickboxer. Those were like my ultimate films, and I would watch it over and over again. So it was something that I was always kind of into. And I was bullied at school
Mm-hmm.
quite badly, and I think that made me want to kind of learn martial arts like even more and kind of find myself as well, because I'm from a town where it was like 90% white. So
Yeah.
as a brown person, it's quite hard to find yourself when you're surrounded by other kind of people and you want to just be like them, but you're not like them.
Well,
Yeah. So that's
I'm so sorry that you actually went through a bullying stage because, in
mm,
the South Asian community, a lot of girls, even boys actually, they get bullied. Some don't know they're getting bullied, others do get bullied, and they tend not to reach out to anyone because it's
yeah.
embarrassing. Um,
Yes, that's
and
yeah.
obviously, it makes you look weak. Um,
Mm.
you know, so how, I mean, is that the sole reason why you thought I want to go into something like this? Because now you've got like 3 black belts, so I don't think anyone's ever going to want to bully you.
Inshallah, yeah.
Is it one of the main things that made you think I'm going to do this?
I think it was like obviously I had that passion for fitness anyway from a very young age, and
Yeah,
I've always been interested in martial arts. Um, the main reason I kind of signed up for it was to kind of find my confidence again,
yeah,
because I kind of lost it when, and like you said, I was embarrassed. I didn't tell my parents, I didn't tell my
yeah,
family that I was being bullied.
yeah,
It was something that I was dealing with by myself, and I knew I had to do something to get out of it, to kind of
yeah.
find myself. And that's when there was a karate class just started near my house, and
Yeah.
they gave me a leaflet, and I just went with one of my friends, and that's when it all started.
Well, that's really good. I think the anti-bullying awareness that you do has definitely been quite cohesive throughout your whole feed. You do talk about it, even mentally,
Yeah.
you always mention it. But I think it's all stemmed from bullying, going into the self-defense, and now you've got your own academy where people are actually coming to you. You do self-defense classes for women, don't you? So how hard is it within your community, or how hard was it, should I say, to get people to actually come to the academy and get self-awareness of the fact that you can do this? It's self-defense, but it's also fitness as well. It's good for your mental health, it's good for you emotionally as well. Was it hard for you to get people coming to you?
So when I first moved to Luton, like martial arts wasn't really known as much in regards to the females of Luton. So it was like, when you think of martial arts, if you've never done martial arts, but the first thing you think is like men do it, it's a bit brutal, you're like, oh, I don't want to do that, I'd rather do something like Zumba because it's easier. But with martial arts, it doesn't just teach you a discipline, it's like a strength you have within you as well. And you learn an art where, if inshallah never happens, but if you're walking down the street, we're all working women, we sometimes finish work late. So if we're walking home and suddenly someone approaches you, you'll know what to do, and you'll have that confidence to be able to deal with it. And that's the message I put across to all the women in Luton. Like, it's not just to kick someone's head in or anything like that. You might think it's brutal, but the main purpose of it is for you to be able to defend yourself.
That's it, Okay, so on your page, obviously, it's very evident that you are a coach, and I was so much so for even call you a life coach, because it's not just about Muay Thai and self-defense and fitness. You've got nutritional posts on there. This is all stemming from 2014. By the way, it's been a whole year of your book, hasn't it? I think
it has. It
has. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. It's been a whole year, and hopefully we'll be seeing more. With that in mind, your book, it's not something that we're talking about that's totally different. It's got to do with what you do, and it's targeting anti-bullying. In fact, I was just actually talking to my sister about it, and she was actually saying that she's definitely going to be ordering it. I think it's amazing when I come across something, because there's loads of anti-bullying. There's cartoons, there's books, magazines, things like that. But I think what's important about this is coming from someone from a South Asian background who wasn't, able to talk to parents or even friends or siblings or anything like that. So a book that you're the author of is helping so many kids out there, and I can tell just from the reviews that I've read. How did you come by that? How long did it take you? And why did you think this is something that I'm going to do, even though it is quite well saturated now? I'd say 10 years ago, maybe not, but the last 10 years have definitely saturated it. So how did you come across it?
So I was getting a lot, my Instagram account, I was getting a lot of requests from people outside of the UK, so people from France. Someone in Africa offered to pay my ticket, my accommodation, for me to go and teach them self-defense and anti-bullying, and Australia. So I was like, I'm a mother as well, so it's not as easy to just jet off and go somewhere. And obviously it's not as safe like as a woman to go somewhere just by yourself. So I thought, do you know what, how am I going to, because they were telling me their stories of how their child is being bullied at school, and how it's affecting their 6-7-year-olds, very young kids. And for me, it was just like, how can I reach out to everyone without me going, traveling everywhere? So then I got the idea of doing a book. And nowadays, obviously, it's easy, you can self-publish. But hard, you'd have to find a publisher. So alhamdulillah, it's like anyone can publish a book if you just put your mind to it and the hard work into it, then you can.
That's what I'm going to go into, because to be honest, I'd say a few years back, if you said to me you're thinking of becoming an author and making a book, first thing I'd say is, how do you do that? Like, how do you go about writing a book? Who goes over it? Who checks for spelling mistakes? What is it? What publishers do you need to get a publisher? So how do you actually go about making a book?
So like, I've had some of my poems published when I was younger. So when I was 16, 17, I think I had a few poems published. And I think it was about 8 or 9 poems I had published in different anthologies. So I kind of had experience in that sense. So when I start writing it, I just start writing, and I kind of got it done within 4 weeks, like the book. And then it was to find an editor. So one of my brother-in-laws, he's actually an editor, which was amazing. So he just edited the whole book for me.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, I know.
What does an editor do? Does an editor go over what you've written?
Yeah.
And so
he'll just go through, like, say, so the sentences to make sure, because I do like rhyming books. So the kids' books the one that I've done, Heroes, is a rhyming book. So he'll just make sure that it's all flowing, obviously punctuation, everything like that, just to make sure that it all makes sense, it's all in order. It was really good that he did it so well. So alhamdulillah, he did it, and then I published it. You have to do a lot of marketing, that's the thing, because if you're a self-publisher, all the marketing is up to you. So you have to go out there, as soon as you reach out, there'll be radio stations that want to come and talk to you. So alhamdulillah, I've had a lot of opportunities to help kind of get my book out.
I think to build an awareness of something that you've done yourself is probably so much harder, because like you said, the marketing is all down to you. If you don't do it correctly, then it's not going to reach the right places, and people are just not going to come across it, and then it won't do good. So I guess in that sense, because alhamdulillah it has done good, will we be seeing another book?
Inshallah, I'm on the process. So just have to, an illustrator as well. You have to find an illustrator. So there's a lot of things that you have to kind of put together to find.
Your book is a superhero-led book, which I think why kids relate to it a lot, because as a child, I remember, I know, like even with my son and my nieces and nephews and whoever, all the children in the world, they do look up to superheroes. So
my friends as well,
how did you come about thinking, okay, I'm going to choose superheroes as opposed to just a made-up character or a cartoon, because they are all different things, aren't they? How did you choose that?
So my sons are obsessed with Hulk and Spider-Man, Captain America, so all they talk about is that, and they're drawing pictures. And then I was thinking, like, what if I could create characters that were more realistic, like not have superpowers, but have the power to defend someone. If you see someone, one thing that I remember is when I used to get bullied, no one used to stand up for me, and that takes a lot of courage to go and say, hey, stop doing that. So that's one thing I wanted to put in the book, that if you see someone being bullied, go over there and stand up for them. So it's been a real life superhero where you can help other people, be kind and stuff. So it's the book is aimed at very young kids. So if you learn it from a very young age, it kind of stays with you until you're older.
I think it's obviously the points that you made is that it's just self-defense. Is more about your emotional stability, self-esteem as well, and courage, definitely. Because that's the main thing, isn't it? If they don't have the self-esteem instilled in them, they won't have the courage to go and approach someone, which is really the focal point, because then that's when things break down. Because I think now, in these recent years, parents do talk to their children a lot more, and they're a little bit more aware of mental health, whereas before they weren't. Mental health is actually a very, very broad spectrum, because it can be anything from just being at home, like to not being able to go out, see friends, not being able to talk to your parents in a certain manner. I remember growing up thinking, my mum and dad, they are just there for me to respect them. There's no way I'm going to say to my dad, oh, can I talk to you about what happened at school today? It just doesn't happen. Or, if someone said something to you, you don't come home and be like, okay, so if someone said something to me, you deal with it yourself.
You deal with it,
That's it. That's where mental health comes into it. And some children get affected so much, these wounds carry on until they're old.
They definitely do,
When they have their own children, they're the same. When they get married, all these things really do affect their quality of life, I believe. What I really love is more of a suggestion, really. I know that you've targeted kids, but I think targeting the older generation like you and me, I think a book, maybe even if it was a poem-led book, it's amazing. Oh, by the way, I saw that Vex King actually liked one of your posts, and you were really proud of
Oh,
it.
I
And
know. I was so happy when he did that.
no, that's amazing, because that kind of encouragement is
Mm,
good, because we all get inspiration from everybody, everyday life. You
yeah.
wake up, I mean, I inspire myself sometimes when I wake up. I have a day planned, but then it turns because I've been
Mm,
inspired by watching
yeah.
someone online, or something like that. So what does the future hold for you, both the book and your academy, going forward?
Do you know what? We had so much planned, but because of
COVID.
coronavirus,
Yeah,
everything stopped. We had to go online. We had a lot of tournaments planned. So, we do female-only tournaments. So
yeah,
we actually traveled to London and different areas,
that's
and
amazing.
and and the girls just love it. It's just so good for your confidence as well. It's not about winning, so it's like friendly sparring matches,
Yeah,
and it just brings their confidence out. And
it's
yeah,
amazing.
so we had a lot of them planned, and inshallah in the future I'm hoping to do a few more tournaments. We actually got invited to France to go to do one of the tournaments as well. So my plan is to kind of do more tournaments with Pink Diamond, and like you said, I want to raise more awareness for confidence and self-esteem building. So martial arts isn't just about learning the art of the skill, it's all
Yeah.
about your confidence as well. And in regards to the book, inshallah, I do have a second one coming out, inshallah, soon. It's just on the
Oh,
process.
amazing. That's really good.
Yeah,
It's
so
ironic that I should say,
hopefully,
because obviously it's been your year. I came across,
yeah.
I don't know what it was, I think it was a post of the year you posted or something. I thought, oh, that's amazing. Like, was it today or
Mm.
yesterday, or round about this sort of time?
It was around about this time, yeah. So we did a massive book release, and it was so nice. Like everyone came, and it was really nice. So inshallah, I hope things get better so we can do something like that
Really good.
again.
I mean, there's, I think, was it Anson's that stock your book? And I'd love, I know you're a
Yeah,
self-publisher, but I would love in the future to see one of your books in, high street bookstores. That would be absolutely amazing.
yeah, that'd be
Because
amazing.
your
Yeah,
quality of writing is really good. From the snapshots that I
yeah.
saw, it's really, really
Mm.
good. And
Oh, thank you.
some of the reviews are saying it's a wonderful book. It's a fun book to boost children's self-esteem. Great inspirational book. So everyone's loving it. And I think with Ramadan and
Mm.
coming up, I think it'll be a great gift to give someone. And to be
Yeah,
honest, I know it's a children's book, but I think it will really help a lot of adults as well. Because, like
yeah,
you said,
definitely.
your book is a guide to bullying.
Yeah,
So it's going to raise awareness of what to notice. Because a lot of people, like you say, get bullied, but they don't
mm.
know that they're getting
Yeah,
bullied.
yeah.
But yeah, actually, to be honest, I'm looking forward to seeing your next book. When is the next
Oh,
day for the launch?
oh, I don't know, because it's like I'm just hoping things get a bit better.
Yeah.
Hopefully March is when things start slightly calm down, and then I can start planning the next stage.
I
But
guess with launching online on Amazon, you can launch book, but obviously
yeah,
interacting with people and doing little, book reads and
yeah.
things like that.
I just
Oh,
miss that interaction with people, and this
yeah,
is something that we're all quite kind of missing, aren't we?
that's it. Yeah. So I recently actually found out about Goodreads, and your book was featured on Goodreads. I only
Yeah.
found out about
I didn't
Goodreads.
even know that until someone told me as well.
Yeah, it was because obviously I've started to read a lot this year. I love it. I think I learn a lot more from reading, whereas before I used to really dislike reading. I used to think it was a waste of time. I'd rather go and do
You know
something
what? I was exactly the
interactive.
same. Exactly the
Interactive,
same.
yeah. So I came across it because I think I wanted to look at a dua book or something, and somebody, I clicked a link and it directed me to Goodreads. So it's
Mm.
like, I can't believe there's so many different platforms out there for people that absolutely love books. Because I know a lot of people get enjoyment out of books.
Yeah.
I never used to understand it until now. It's like I see a
Mm.
good book. Yes, I like the text in it, but
Mm.
what I really love is just having a book there, being able to feel it, touch the pages,
Definitely. Yeah.
read it,
I'm
come
the
back.
same.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. So yeah, that's
Mm.
amazing. Well, I think we've come to the end. I'm so glad that I was
Oh,
able
thank
to
you
get
so
the
much for
opportunity
having
to
me.
speak to you. No, honestly, it's been amazing. I just hope that you continue, inspiring people and your page grows, because it is amazing. I've
Mm.
not come across one post on your Instagram that doesn't teach me something. There's always something behind
Oh,
it.
thank you.
There's so many pages out
Yeah.
there that will post and post and post, but every single post means something. And I hope the
Mm.
platform grows for you, inshallah. But is there any last
Thank
words that
you.
you'd like to say to our society out there, the women especially?
Be yourself. Just be happy with who you are. Be yourself, and if there's a passion that you have, then make sure you follow it.
Yeah, and don't let the bullies dim your light.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And bullying can be not that, like even as adults we can get bullied by people saying, oh, like you're getting fat or something like that. That's still bullying. So anything like that, just be yourself, ignore the negativity, and use it as fuel to drive you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. I can't wait to catch up with you soon.